getting free. Track them, get free and play. So we deny them the space for them to maneuver.
In terms of power play, it's zilch. If you watch our game against Mali, the young man was running away from taking the ball. He didn't want it. Give me away, give me away. He was practically running away. He was running away when we were being marooned and we were under attack from the Malians, and he had the opportunity of staking a claim in the team. Anytime an attempt was made to him with a ball, with a pass,
he's running away.
He's running away, leaving the ball,
hiding
behind opponent. This whole Telemundo, it's something that sometimes
for the uninitiated, Telemundo is a channel that shows telenovelas.
Yes.
So this is like a soap opera.
It's like a soap opera. This clearly is a soap opera. It's winding down. So let's call Extremadura man from Extremadura man. Mora, when the boy is coming to the player, he's running away. You know what's the game? And shockingly, there's a certain miraculous acrobatism.
No, Mrs. said, Master son players are cooked about Mamma Tim Massa. Press a banner, Master son. Tim Lanoy, Tim Udabu press the mammy. Sakim Siege. Where? Sakim Siege. Aha. Timo Verna. What's that? Timo Verna. Aha. Cavers. Why? Cavers. Cavers to me, I saw. Is it? Since I see cupulator, Munya be more. Since I see cupulator, only be more. I want to say a Brazil anyway. Yes, I know. Brazil anyway. I'm from one said Silver, so I Silver. Aha. Tiago Silver. Is it?
Me, the fellas in one against stand. My son be say, me Adamu, I'm not gonna leave my job, go marry. No, you see, I'm not gonna leave my job, go marry.
So you refuse to they punish him.
They're not the punishment, it serves you right. No, not the punishment. See, you choose love over job. Exactly what you do. Because what Chilata go do? No day. What Chilata go marry?
Yeah.
So if you be footballer, see 29, we don't play football. You marry. We start league after we fall. You say they go marry.
That be the time where money catch.
No. So you choose love over career. And so if today you get your lover, the coach say they give you more time to go chop love. So it's not a big deal. Me, I get that. I thought that this matter.
Does Don Bote still want to play football? You are 36 years old.
Forget about the age.
We cannot forget about the age, Don. You are 36.
Yeah, 36. You doubt 36. Inner me, forget about the age. What you want me to come and do for you?
You still think you can perform at the highest level?
Why?
In Ghana?
Yeah. Not in Ghana, sir.
Anywhere?
Yeah.
You train?
Serious.
By yourself?
Always.
Why don't you want to join a club and train?
You see, that's what I'm saying. Them themselves, they don't believe themselves. The coaches don't believe themselves. They are not real coaches. They don't. You have to believe yourself that no, this guy can do it for me. If you believe me, I can do it. But so far as you just relax yourself, no. If I come safe, I won't get that spirit because you don't believe me.
So you think that if a Premier League team were to give you an opportunity to play, you would make an impact?
Ghana, yeah.
Yes.
I can play past all the current players.
The
current players in Ghana Premier League.
That's a serious statement coming from somebody who hasn't played in almost a year.
You know something? I know myself. That's why I said, if you don't know me, you don't know me.
You see, as for a game, like when you get a chance, you play, every blessed player will decide to score, and then we decide to. So when you both decide together, then you make the chance. I decide differently, and he also decide differently, and our decision was together. That's why I raised my head and let the goal post and put the ball.
You have 3 or 4 phones. What messages have you been receiving?
I haven't even read them because they keep on coming. They keep on coming. I think that I have to turn one of the phone off.
You haven't read any of them? Messages?
No, not at all. Look, they still calling. They still calling. Phones are calling.
It's Friday night. Friday. Welcome once again. I don't know what you call it, but we call it Sports Panorama, and it's the best 90 minutes of your life. Trust me. My name is Nathan Kwa, sitting in for Benjamin in Ketia, and we are live. Oh man. Hey! Sports Panorama live on Citi 97.3 FM. Show is proudly brought to us by Game Park Limited. They've brought Game Park games, the surest way to make moolah. And if you have moolah, you have power. Visit gameparkgames.com by dialing, or you can play by dialing star 946 hash on all networks. Just choose 4 numbers between 0 and 9. Easy to play, easy to win. Not for those below 18. Play responsibly. And the show is brought to us by your favorite, my favorite, our favorite, the one and only Bell Puka. Bell Puka, ginseng, and herbs just the pop. That's what you need in your life on a Friday night. Trust me. When it comes to herbal soft drinks with ginseng extract, insist on Bell Puka for a proper African recharge. Bell Puka is another quality product from Belacqua and Bell Beverages. Follow at Bell Beverages on Facebook for more info. Bell Puka, recharge the herbal way. And I've been seeing Bell Puka slander on social. Be extremely careful. We will not accept any slander. There is no other drink like Bell Puka. Trust me. None other. Your favorite drink doesn't even come close to Bell Puka. Minkobo. Bell Puka recharge the herbal way. Oh man. Coach Christopher Nimley is in the house. The mixologist, the potions master. Hey! As the Black Stars were playing this week, Coach was the only person I could think of. The Gapster. The whole. As Anato for Boatin will say, Gabby, he's conquered the West African part, and he's now conquering the Francophone part. Gabby, your first in the house. Edwin Kakofi is also around here. You'll be joining us in, out. But this weekend, we are on the road once again. If you missed the show at Oliver Twist Shack, don't miss this one at Blueberry. On, where's that? Community 18, right?
Yes.
Community 18. Don't miss out.
Blackberry Lounge.
I said Blueberry. Yeah. Blackberry Lounge. Yes. Yeah. Community 18. If you missed Oliver Twist Shack, don't miss this one because we are there the whole day tomorrow. So for the first time, Chris, we are going to Community 18. Yeah. I think Dabi, that's a different place.
So Luje.
This one's Community 18. Spintex, Lashibi, 18.
Tamabi, I'm your standard. I'm your levels. Or small disappointment. Will be a salmon I'm about to buy. Lakabu.
Thank you.
Lile jien ka ba balo dugba no na ke jemen pele. No ami song ami. Ona. Do me den je won na ni. Me na you. I'm sorry na me buy. She wo ba. No ba.
So this weekend we're on the road. It's another exciting road show. Manchester City versus Liverpool. We'll discuss that. Hey, it doesn't get bigger than this. Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp again. That and a lot of other things we'll discuss. Violence in the Ghana Premier. So when will we stop doing this nonsense? When? We'll discuss all of that and more. But let's take the opening prayer from the rabbi.
Oh, no more. Look, last week I missed my program, to be honest with you. But although I had a chance to speak on the show, but because I couldn't pray, I didn't get a chance to. Last year, but I got to go to the program. On a call a delay. Chef, you know, JHL work. How you was about? When I saw a new muscle, you are no ballo or buy what Ogbele at your manchayeli aba. Oh, Ghana mamu fe klalo. Ghana mamu fe klalo. No ballo oba. Timeka he. No ne he. That's you on a canton. What Black Stars say, any be a share no more from a share laba. You was about. Mo feel mo nefe akashi. Ebahani Ghana be when you ajiwa yowa jemoleje. Keke to krekune jemoleje. Keke shooting Masa Wood did it dramatic and George Barton. Now me bomb jemoleje. Come on, America le come on 1 year. No 1 year ke mi jele. Yes ba me waka America ke Canada 1 year. What bottom mo kron me. No na ke Ghana akawaya Mexico. Ka fe draw wo be me. What draw me no yoji can go ya America be won ya Canada ne kan ma enyo ne ye yesu ba me jamo ya no mo fie mo ne ba fe akeshi ekumo ni wonye ni waka cheke na waka yo wa jemo mo ye jame jemo le je ni wo ya dowo jemo le je ti no na coach ole kan na fie on le mo no ba ton Ghana be Mambi, Donona Tonaka will blast out what up. Menesaka me try na me trouble. Donona Tonaka me will ball me one of what way be in there. Won't pafai. Won't pafai. Coaches G. Kegbeme twe twa. Kegbeme na. Kalakba me aha me jo. Yowa. Woke jomo Ghana football. Maybe you are Jabuden cho wen. No calling the buffon. Ni wona he jolly. Shagbe ne heni ni bia ja. Max akunedu agbiole ne kunedu. No ke Max upon na yole na try me seke here me coach ni blele ke ya po ejele bebe abagbo mi lola ewa yele mo wo ke to kroku nye bo anya moden ko ni yo wanya elewo eneme can you be P? Waka wan yatema. Man City v Liverpool. One back immediately. Money boy. Ichubachi. Yeah, yes, Amen.
Amen. Alrighty. Let's get the show on the road. You can join us on the number 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. Of course, we'll also spend a few minutes talking about the CAF Champions League, Galahli taking on Mediama Sporting Club. This is new territory for Mediama Sporting Club. They are mixing it up with the very best on the continent. All right, let's get the show on the road. Good evening once again, guys. Nice to have all of you here. I don't even know where we want to begin. Let's start off with the Black Stars. I think that's a great way to start. The Black Stars. Well, they started the opening rounds of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers in Kumasi. They won by a goal to nil. We remember Iñaki Williams' last-minute goal to get the Black Stars 3 points. And then 2-3 days later, they lost to Comoros in Moroni by a goal to nil. Goal scored. What was the name of the chap again?
Mizian
Maulida.
Weaving his way through the defense like
what?
The defense know they exist.
So that was how that one happened. So the Black Stars won one, lost one in the World Cup qualifiers, and then it means that they have 3 points. Mali on 4, Chad on 4. And then Comoros on 6. So already the Black Stars have a deficit to make up ahead of the next round of matches in June 2024. Gabby, you and I were here, so I'll get to your thoughts. But let me hear from Coach Christopher Nimley. You were not in Comoros, though, but we were all here. You watched the game. What did you make of the performance? Because for a lot of people, they felt that winning that game on the road was going to be probably tricky. A draw looked like an achievable result, but in the end, the Black Stars didn't get neither. They walked away with nothing in their hands at all.
Look, Nathan, I was very, very disappointed. Look, truth be told, I thought we could go there and get a result.
Okay.
And I really believed so. But in believing, I was hoping that everybody would do his job and do it very well.
Mm-hmm.
When I say everybody, from the FA to the so-called management team, which I still don't trust. As a country, we still believe that is the way to go. I believe it is job for the boys. Ketokreku showing appreciation for people who are supported his way of running Ghana football. So let me satisfy them. Completely unnecessary. We don't need those guys because it's a one-man job. I can do it. If they're given the job, I can manage the team. And then the coaching staff, Chris Hutton, Masaudi Dramani, and George Boateng. Look, and of course the playing body. Before I looked at the game against Comoros, you see, when we played on Friday against Madagascar, I saw something that I have never seen before at this level. And I quite remember that when you guys called me that Friday, I made mention of the type of warm-up that the Black Stars did before the game against Madagascar. Okay. And I did say that nobody should be surprised by their first 30 minutes against Madagascar. Because as a technical man, what I saw only 5 cones. 5 cones. Before we came onto the pitch, we had 2 physical instructors. 2 of them. They came onto the pitch and then they walked all the way to the closer to the opposite touch line. I was thinking that they were going to put up sets of training warm-up sessions.
So this was in Kumasi.
This was in Kumasi. To my surprise, you had 2 men. And all they could do was to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cones. And I was like, what is this? Okay, let's see how it goes. And Nathan, I was shocked when the Black Stars came out. I was shocked by the quality of our warm-up. And I knew I could predict with all assurance that we would struggle in the first 30 minutes of the game against Madagascar. So I complained. All those around me, I told them that, look, I've never said. Whilst on the opposite side, look, if you look at the warm-up that the other team was doing, they have 5 different sets of cones arrangement. And by the time they went through all the 5, before they start playing possessive football, you could see them sweating and sweating properly. They were all wet. I said, yes, this is how you go into a good football game. A very tough game. You need every player to be at a certain level. The Black Stars players, very dull. So going to the game against Comoros, I was worried though. I was hey, don't go and do that warm up again there. If you do anything like that, this will definitely come at us. So when the game started, and I saw that we started the game very well, I was very pleased. That look, then they have heard. Because I started complaining before the game. I complained bitterly on Citi FM. I complained bitterly in Kumasi. And I was sure I was not the only person who complained about that. So the technical team might have heard that, look, we needed to warm up properly in what? Comoros. But look, the Comoros problem was a problem that was already there, but didn't get exposed in Kumasi.
Which was what?
All our centre backs pair are not good. They are either not good or they are playing with serious hidden injuries. Daniel Amate, we need to move away from. Oh, I'm telling you, see, the things that people will not say are the things I will say. Because I've always said that, no more, the Ghanaianness in me will not get me to keep quiet when I see the obvious.
Okay.
I'm telling the people of this country, using Citi FM, and I'm saying that Amate has an injury on him that he brought. That is what. Do you know how he got injured in Kumasi? Look, the sprinting didn't even go for more than 10 yards. Just a true ball. Oh. Richard Ofori came and cleared the danger. Then Amate just went down.
Yes, I remember.
The moment he did that, you could see him. I said, come on, man. Even before that, I could tell that he was carried because he couldn't kick the ball. Amate couldn't give any proper diagonal pass. And those diagonal passes were there for the taking. All we needed to do, we needed a player who could execute it. He and Nicholas Opoku, surely they cannot be the center back going to the AFCON. Surely. Not even backup. I'm telling you honestly, look, we saw Amate at the World Cup. Even then, we saw him.
Yeah.
Look, he was so good a player, but he's never been the same player after that serious injury that kept him for close to over a year.
Yeah. In that game against, which game was this? Was it the Uruguay game?
No, check, Kennedy, we saw it.
Yes, true. Ampang.
No timing. Or bad timing of the ball.
Yahoo.
Now, in Kasim Nuhu, look, he is so good a player that if he's not going to be playing regularly, he should come nowhere close to the Black Stars. He's a player I'm going to personally monitor going forward because until he got the call up into our team, no more. It talk about for over a year. How can you be building a team like that? Mr. Chris Hutton, Masawu Didi Dramani, George Martin, Keto Kreku, you are part of the selectors. How can you call in a player who hasn't played football for over a year to come and be a backup, the one that will be calling upon when we are in need? The reason why we've gotten ourselves here is because we've not been honest with our player selection. Look, you see Joseph Edu in the La Liga, and you claim not to see Abdul Mumin. Mumin. How can you see Joseph Edu and not see that boy? One of the finest centre back in the La Liga. We saw him play. He plays at the Bernabeu, wherever Barcelona is playing. Look, he's always in the lineup. Proper centre back, 23-year-old, good height, good area ability, good pass of the ball, decent pace, injury free. You don't call this boy. And then you go and call Jerome. If I didn't get to America, Jerome Opoku. So, and you took them to America. Second division, third division players. Consultancy players. When you take them to America and they get exposed, then you turn to Abdul Mumin and the board then tells you that, look, you've not been honest. You are not sincere people. Now that you are in need, that is when you see me to be in need. Forget it. Go and play, but I'm not ready. So we found ourselves in such.
So you're saying the FA reached out to Abdul Mumin?
Yeah, they did. And the boy, he turned them down.
Not to cut you, coach. So it was Abdul Mumin and Osman Bukhari.
That's right.
That the FA said that they withdrew. And the FA did not give any reason.
So they withdrew from what?
But Osman Bukhari.
The Comoros game.
Yes.
Osman Bukhari was around.
I mean, before the 25-man squad.
Yes.
I think it was one other player. There were two players that withdrew before two other players were called. The FA did not state.
No, Kamaldeen. It was Kamaldeen Suleiman and Abdul Mumin.
Exactly.
Yes.
They did not give us any
reason why these players.
Because normally, Nathan, when a player withdraws, they tell you, okay, so he picked up an injury in training.
Yes.
I mean, we saw the Daniel Amate one. He failed a late fitness test. Yes. So he did not play. So we know. But I mean,
in the case of Abdul Mumin, look, my checks told me that he's told them that you've never seen me good enough. I play in the same league with Joseph Edu. You see Inaki Williams, he say you don't see me. What are you talking about? Go and call Jerome. Ke Ambrosius make a Schneidlin make any be nyacha na matwa. Go and call those people for them to come and play.
Coach, the name is Schindler.
Schindler. Go and call them for them to come and play. That is the first problem. So we went into that game against Comoros without any proper center back pair. So now our coach saw the thing and then he needed to protect them. Because Nicolas Opoku, he cannot run. You saw the goal, how the guy just went through them.
As for Nicolas Opoku, I've never been convinced. I've never been, and I say it all. I've never been convinced. Every time I've watched him play, I've walked away with more doubts.
He's there because of he's the player of the Brekum Chelsea man who is one of Ketokreku closest allies.
Okay.
What are you doing our national team like that for? So we went into the game already handicapped. Now look at the thing. You see, I've listened to commentary. People were trying to say, but after all, he was not that bad. How good was the day? Are you on the day?
Very good.
For the way. Look, I know why he played the game.
Oh, that's what you see. Relax. There are some of these things. Okay, hear me.
But spiritually, there
are some of the things you can't prove.
No. This is the proof. The last time the man played football was first week in May.
Yeah.
First week in May, June, July, August, September, October, November. No more. Almost 7 months.
But he had 4 minutes against Liberia at Accra Sports when he was doing the back flick.
We should stop this.
Coach, but it's part of the numbers. No, but coach, I'm giving you said the last time you played was me.
I don't count 4 minutes as football.
No, but when you check the stats, 4 minutes is there.
We are talking about the Black Stars Capitano.
Capito
Denche. Since May, it talk about that. So Chris Hughton, what at all would have prompted Chris Hughton, Masao Dede Dramani, and George Boateng to start the day in that game? Yeah. Wasted 45 minutes. No more akele de yo. Spiritually, le de yo. What's akele mommy?
Chris, we can't prove some of these things.
I'm telling you, see, the things that they will not say is what I will say. I speak to people.
So they said, spiritually, he
is the leader of the team. No, he needed to start. How can you be building our team like that? How can you be doing our national team like that? How? Scientifically, the young man himself is being very... Look, the way I love him, he's disappointing some people like us because he should know better that for you to be able to compete at that level, you need some basic training, at least some basic fitness should be underlined. Basically, you should have played at least up to a certain level. You should have built your fitness, built your stamina, built your familiarity with footballing situation up to a certain level on a seasonal base. Have we experienced that with Andre? We've not. So he stands in the game. He couldn't run past anybody. He couldn't give any forward pass. He's just doing around the center circle, inside the center circle, round the center circle. Why do you do our national teams like that? Look, Chris Hughton, he should not take Ghana to the AFCON. We are sitting on time bomb. And it will, I said it here 2 weeks ago, didn't I? I said it. Hey. Look, I'm telling you, Nathan Kwao, I'm telling you that if you look at the way the man is coaching it, but what sort of coach would always decide that let me waste the first 45 minutes and thinking that I can come and fix it? That we couldn't fix it. We couldn't fix it in Comoros. Could we? We couldn't.
No, we couldn't.
You ask yourself, is it true that Mohamed Kudus was injured? If Kudus was indeed injured, was Andre there? If you look at the players, couldn't we have changed system and brought on the likes of Joseph Pencil, who to me, I'm shocked, didn't even kick a ball in these 2 games. Not that he was hurt. Then you are bringing Wontao Goe. If Osman Bukari is sitting on the bench and Fatau Isawago, who should be brought on? Who should be introduced into the game?
That decision.
Can you imagine?
That decision surprised me greatly.
How? Now, just some few days ago, we were in need. You brought on Enes Newman. You brought Osman.
Like,
we saw the fighting spirit, the technical ability of these two boys and the impact they made on the game. You are still giving Jordan Ayew 80 plus minutes when his output is completely dead. Where is the balls to make those ball changes? Where is the balls?
0 balls.
Where is it? Where is the balls? Why are you giving him 80 plus minutes? We are all watching the game. He's not doing anything better. It isn't that you don't have players on the bench who could come and make a change. Look, Chris Hughton has shown that he's not good enough. He's just not up to it. For some of us, we have been vindicated. Because don't give him the top. Because his style, up to now, we still don't have an identity. A simple brand. Look, the first coming of Milo, after the first 2 games, every Ghanaian, we could see that this is the way we are going to play under this manager. Can you tell me how we are going to play in the AFCON under Chris Hughton? Even the players themselves are confused. The next moment, we are calling our team and we are leaving behind our best players. I thought this man, with his level of exposure, will go to the likes of Jeffrey Schlupp, speak to him. He plays with Jordan Ayew week in, week out. You see Jordan, you don't see Jeffrey Schlupp. I thought this man will go to Italy and go and sit down with players like Alfred Duncan and talk to them. Why is JC not in this team? Why is Tekpete not in this team? Why is Bernard Mensah not in this team? Why is Abdul Mumin not in this team? How can you build a team and when it comes to certain people, you say they are untouchable? I'm a ball more thing. Look, if we don't stop these things, if we don't stop it, Ghana is the only country who calls players into the national. You can say, these are not our best players. These are things that would never happen in Nigeria, in Senegal, in Egypt. Have you ever seen the Senegalese team where you look at the team and say, but why is this person not in there? Have you ever done that before?
Nah.
Look, the players themselves know. If I'm called ahead of you, you know I am better than you currently. So you don't pick. That is one of the reasons why Abdul Mumin says, I'm not ready to play. Because some few weeks we're going to America to go and play Mexico and then what? US. You didn't see this boy, a top defender in the Spanish La Liga. Okay. You didn't even call. You went and called Schindler, Jerome Opoku Mekenibi. Where do they play their football? Those players, where are they? Now you call them to go and play in friendly game. They took $5,000 per game. When it was now how can a coach call players to go and experiment? Now when it's the D-Day, you throw them away. Less than 2 weeks to you playing 2 World Cup qualifiers. God gives you the opportunity to go and play 2 proper friendly games. Nathan, if you're the one, what will you do? Won't you take your first team to the friendly game and experiment and perfect whatever you want to do? And then you come and then you unleash. Where it matters most, you unleash. But what sort of coaching is this? Look, if they don't change, Nathan, next June, you see the game against Mali? We are going away in our next game.
We are going away.
We can't afford not to win that game.
So now the game against Mali
is a must-win game. Because if we don't win and Mali wins, they go to 7, 4-point gaps. God forbid if Comoros were to win again. So that's a 6 point. So we are already out.
The Central African Republic will beat us here.
It's
a show.
Look, they are ready for us.
Raoul Savoy.
What he said some 2 years. And you see, you can clearly see them having a clear chance because our people are so untruthful with their selection. They are not honest, dishonest people when it comes to their selection. You'll be calling players who should not be in the team to come. What was Edmond Addo doing in this team? Edmond Addo, extra fault. You see, once you caught him.
So you feel that that's somebody's spot that
that is Jeffrey Schlupp's spot right there. Somebody who will make a perfect difference to our team in midfield. Somebody who will play better than Baba Idrisu is doing. Somebody who will carry the ball, drive the ball with proper strength and power. That is his position right there.
Duncan,
60 yards. Bernard Mensah, proper ball jugglers. Who will make a difference? You live there, you go and call Edmond Addo. Only 14 minutes. Whole season, 14 minutes. He's not played more than 14 minutes. 14 minutes, he's playing for the Black Stars. What? Look, no more crazy in Hajile, Jeme. One prime minister fight. So you agree with
the FA on that?
I said it last 2 weeks.
That you agree with them.
That on this, Ketokroku, you know I'm your biggest critic in Ghana. But on the sacking of Ket Okreku, I coach Christopher Nimley. I support you and Prosper Addo 100%. Sack the man. He cannot do the job. Period.
Gabi.
Is that the way to coach? You are wasting 45 minutes. As you always, you want to waste 45 minutes. Bad selection. 45 minutes. Bad selection. So if you want cacao, they didn't feel a ball.
Gabi, so I mean, look, that's done. What's the way forward now? Because clearly the Black Stars need to find something. The AFCON is starting on the 13th of January.
Oh, no more.
Right? 13th of... I forgot, because today was my guy in Cote d'Ivoire who reminded me. John,
yes!
You mentioned it.
My very good friend, John Boafo. He reminded me, they have AFCON. So are you coming? I said, hey, John, I'm not sure. He said, you come to Cote d'Ivoire. So 13th, we are going to... Which means that the team has to be in camp very soon.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
That's somewhere
very soon.
December, I think.
Very, very soon.
Yeah.
And then you go. And you are not even sure how that AFCON will play out because Ghana is in a group with Egypt. And
I
think Mozambique.
Charlie, it's no joke.
And these are countries
Ghana is playing on the 4th.
that are ranked around where Comoros is currently ranked.
Yes.
And we cannot beat them. So it tells you that look, Nathan, I think it's the future for the team and for Houghton is looking really bleak for me, to be honest. When I saw Andre Ayew start that game against Comoros.
For what?
I mean, you and I were in commentary position.
Yeah, we did that.
So I was just putting up the lineup and I saw him. And then I just told myself that, look, I think Houghton is a confused coach. Yes. I just told myself.
You know what?
I think
on that decision, they told him,
Nathan, look.
Yeah, this is what we believe in. No, but
coach,
spirituality is the one.
No, coach,
whether he like it or not, put it himself. That was what happened.
Let's even put that aside. Let's look at it from the footballing reasons. Now, look, you play against Central African Republic. I was at Kumasi. I watched that game. We were struggling against this team. We were like, it was so difficult for the Black Stars to break them down.
Yes.
Now, you do 2 good changes, maybe 3. You bring in Ernest Nyoma. You bring in Antoine Semenyo. And one other player, I cannot recall. But these players come onto the pitch and they change the direction of the team. They make huge impact. Ghana goes on to win, what? 2-1. We qualify for the AFCON. Now you play against Madagascar. You struggle again. You do 2 good or 4 good changes. You bring on Ashimeru. You bring on Ernest Nyoma. You bring on Osman Bukari, right? Again, Ghana goes on to win. You are playing against Comoros. Why are even starting Andre Ayew? Now look, if Andre Ayew was a good player, he's active. He was active. We played 2 big friendlies against the US and Mexico.
Yeah.
He was left out of the squad. You get it? He's been inactive for what? For some
almost
time.
close to 7
very
months.
long time.
The last time he played football was
the first week in May.
For Forest. Ever since his contract got terminated, he's not played active football. You sit at a presser and tell us that Ayew has got experience. He brings some bit of experience to the team. Well understood. But the player is not active. I mean, as a coach, you even yank him off what? 45 minutes. Heading to what does it tell you?
And
Your captain.
I think that change
Yeah.
told all of us.
Exactly. So you've given yourself to Ghanaians again to roast you. Why have you? Why? And you see, I'm sure Hilton will look at that change he's doing, and he'll be like, "Oh boy, why did I even start him?" Ayu was wasteful, like he was woeful. He didn't do anything.
He couldn't run.
He was just
He
running around the
Didn't
box.
impact the game at
He
all.
couldn't run past anybody.
And I'm making this point from the changes it did. That look, I for a second thought that okay, Hilton struggles against teams, but he makes 1-2 good substitutions, and the team goes on to win. So he's built on that because we saw that in 2 or 3 games, and then you just leave everything to go off by starting some wrong players. Andrea, why is he playing? He's not supposed to be starting. You tell me that the FA comes out to tell us that Mohamed Kudus, who is a key player or has been an integral player,
He had a back injury.
has a back injury. Hilton cannot tell me that. If he looks at the squad he has at his disposal, he cannot
find somebody.
or find somebody to fit in what Mohamed Kudus would do for the team. That's poor coaching, Nathan.
Baba Idrisu and then Salis. Ashimaru could have played in front of them instead of Dede. Even Isayaku can play in that role instead of Dede.
But Isayaku came on and
He came on
3 crosses
and he
into
was
the
asked
sky.
to go and play wide. Fine. But if we are looking at, we had so many players who could have easily played in that Andre role.
So meaning that
Or change the system to a 4-3-3.
So meaning it's a profile thing.
Yes,
It's a profile thing.
And I've always told people this. That look, you look at this Black Star squad. Let's just even use the last 25-man squad called out by Hilton. Let nobody tell me that we don't have good enough players to be scoring or to be beating Mozambique and to be beating Cape Verde and to be beating Comoros and to be beating Madagascar. That will start poorly against Madagascar, will start poorly against Comoros, and then we'll be playing better in the second half. It doesn't make sense. I mean, I watched Hilton a bit at Brighton. He's noted for what? A coach who is pragmatic, a coach who is defensive. So he sits deep, doesn't allow his opponents to penetrate, and hits them on the break. 9 games into his tenure as head coach,
We've not seen any of that.
nothing.
If you want to go on the break, is Andre the player to run with the ball in the number 10 position?
Listen, don't speak
But you
evil
see-
of Capito.
No, Capito, look, nobody should get me wrong. Bole.
I
On the
know.
one in jail. You know my stand on the matter.
Yes.
I love him so much. This coming January will be 17 years of proper quality service.
He's given to the Black Stars.
He's given to this nation.
Yeah.
And you feel it's okay. So
No more.
And-
Research about Ebe Bashe.
See,
they sure.
I even think it's long
Why
overdue.
do you stretch it?
I even think
I
that
just
is
answer
long
my
overdue. We've seen players in Ayu's current age. And you see, there's a difference between players who are that age. You have some at that age, but are still
I said playing.
playing at the highest level.
They're no better.
And those kind of players, they even give coaches headache.
Yes.
Because he's 33. There is a player in his squad who is 23, playing at the same position, and that 23 player is performing. The 33 player too is also performing.
Yes.
He doesn't even know who to start.
Look,
but you're from his Hilton.
There's
Listen,
something I learned from the late Ben Kofi. I will say it here. I've always said
yeah.
Ben Kofi said that experience is a very powerful weapon to have.
Exactly.
But if you are not fit and you are not on form,
The experience.
experience is completely
nothing.
useless.
Experience is just
nothing.
accumulation of time.
You need to be fit. You need to be on
and
form
you see-
for the experience to
The
show.
point I'm trying to make is that for you, Chris Hilton, your job is even way easier to ask Andrea you from the team. Because in that position you want to play Ayu. Against Comoros, we saw Ayu what? As a 10. I stand to be correct.
Yes, yeah.
He was playing as a 10.
He played in front of the two.
And so, as a coach, I've not been to coaching school, but I look at the squad I have, and I look at a player who is 33, who's not played for 4 months, 7 months, and I have a player who is performing well in the squad, who can play in that number 10 role. Then I say, okay, let me just throw Ayu on the pitch because he's got experience. Like, how does this make sense? I mean, how do I explain this to an average Ghanaian who's even watching the football?
It's the explanation I'm giving you.
You see, so I think Hilton has got a huge blame to take. Look, I think in that qualifiers we played, 2 games, 3 points. He must take all the blame.
No, minimum should have gotten 4.
He must.
Worst, we should have
coach, I
gotten
think
4.
6.
No, let's say that's what I'm saying. And the worst of conditions, we should have gotten 4 out
I
of
think
20.
6. And you see, when people ask me that, what will be the scores, or do you think we stand any chance of? We don't have any chance, because even if you look at the Black Stars in their last 6 away games, they don't score. Even at home, look at the way we struggle to break down things. And I say that, look, if Madagascar had
a bit more quality,
they would have.
Oh, yeah.
I think they should have beaten the Black Stars in Kumasi.
I think in the draw, Mali was the top-ranked team in our draw.
Yeah, Mali is the top-ranked. Yes.
And we've not beaten any top-ranked, the 10 top-ranked team in over 6-7 years.
The last time we played Mali was under CK. It was a friendly game.
Ayele.
Beat us by 3 goals. Yes.
The game
that
our best player decided not to play for us again after that game. Bernard Mensah, the best player in that game. Something happened. He said he won't play for Ghana.
You should see Asamoah Gyan's tweet when we lost again. No, when we beat Madagascar. I mean, when Ashimeru came on and proved to the world that, look, he's got something to add to this team. Asamoah Gyan put out a tweet that the next player the GFA or the Black Stars must go for is Bernard Mensah.
Simple. And we are seeing. Oh, Charlie.
And you see,
what sort of people are we working with?
It makes it look like when we come to City here, we are trying to, or we have pay cuts in certain players that when they are giving,
we don't have.
It is really clear. It is glaring. Nathan, do you need an average person to walk to you, Houghton, and tell you that look out for this player who is performing well?
Nope.
Look.
And then you fall for
the reason why Bernard Mensah is not playing for the Black Stars. It's simple. Somebody told the boy, I'm stating on record, that for as long as I remain the captain of the team, you never play for Ghana again. I'm telling you, Kotsika Kono can attest to what I'm saying.
Okay. Edwin.
I mean, are you all? Black Stars versus Mali. Bernard Mensah picks up the ball. We are losing 1-0. He dribbles, he gives the ball to Jordan. Jordan goes and then he loses the ball and then he starts walking. Mensah tells him, go and let's press the ball. That was the crime of the ball. And then Jordan said, you've screamed at me. Who don't do that? Rocky will even get the opportunity to slap the evil out of you for misbehaving on the pitch. Those days. Slap you. We all play football. Can't your teammate shout on you to do the right thing? It's because everybody's heart is beating. We are panting. So it is a collective effort. Now the boy says that. Then all of a sudden, the then head coach and his team, Zika Kona and the people there, they just changed the team somehow. And then the boy has never played for Ghana again since that friendly game against Mali. One of our best players. What sort of life is this?
So this was about like 2 years ago.
It's more than 2 years.
More than 2 years. Okay.
What is that? We need our best players. Chris, if you can't call them, leave.
Edwin,
let's
quick thoughts.
Yes, I'm going to keep it brief. I have just 5 points that I want to make. The first, everyone has talked about Andre Ayew. Even during commentary, I came in trying to understand why Chris Hughton would start him. Experience, the fact that he was our highest goal scorer. Look, and I based all of that on the fact that Chris Hughton had trained the guy. So he knows his energy levels, knows his stamina. So if he's starting him, that means, of course, he knows that he can complete a significant amount of the game. Even I said that I wouldn't have started him.
Yes.
If he would have played last 20 minutes. That is exactly what I said. Last 20 minutes. Obviously, he wasn't good enough. I get there are so many players who could have played in that position. Coach mentions Ashimeru. Yes, he could have. Maybe he's on a minutes restriction. We don't know that because he just came back from injury. I get that. I get that. We talked about who else? Kudus. He's injured. He's not available. I get that. There's no reason why Osman Bukhari, Joseph Paintel, and Esuyama don't start this game. Play Jordan Ayew, his own brother, at number 10 if you have to.
Even with Pencil, when we went to Angola and we drew 1-0 there, he was the player who came on and did a very good job with Inaki Williams. So Hilton has not learned from all these things.
Okay, Edwin.
If you are worried about that, play Jordan Ayew at number 10 and play the other guys wide who are naturally wide.
Wingers.
And let them operate on that side because they are more effective than even Jordan in that position.
Exactly.
My second point is that under Chris Hughton, we seem to be struggling very badly in the first half of games.
We don't start games well at all. Madagascar was one of the worst first half performances.
Look, come and
I've
see the
seen
warm up.
from the
I
Black
said
Stars.
everybody who was at the stadium, go back and see the warm up of the Black Stars before that only 5 cones, 5 cones, and they didn't last for even 6 minutes. I timed it. I was watching them, watching what they were doing with the cones. After 2 minutes, 3 minutes, then they just finished. I said, what? And you come and see what the Madagascar people were doing. Come and see them. Proper warm up. I say, wow. No more crazy and agile.
Look, I'm inclined to believe that because there's a pattern going. Madagascar away from home in the AFCON qualifiers. The same thing. First half, we played very poorly. Angola at home in the AFCON qualifiers. We played poorly in the first half. There have been so many games.
America,
in fact,
first 20 minutes, our form.
In fact, the only goal we've scored in the first half under Chris Hughton came from Mohamed Kudus.
Yes, free kick.
Central African Republic. Moment of magic. It wasn't any strategy that was put into place. We are struggling very badly to impose ourselves very early. And it's something we very much need to look at. Third thing, we seem to have lost our fear factor on the African continent. Nobody fears us anymore.
So do the right thing.
Nobody fears us anymore. How do we not get 6 points against Madagascar and Comoros? Forget that. How do we Ghanaians not feel confident about getting 6 points against Madagascar and Comoros before the game? There were people who were scared that we will be beaten. I came here against Madagascar and said we will win 7-0 because that is what we should be beating them by.
Yeah. In fact, you tweeted.
I tweeted. Because you look at Madagascar's results. 5 games without a win. They didn't win a single game in the AFCON qualifiers. 7-0 is the least we should be beating them by. Yeah, somehow we struggled to a 1-0 win.
Kind of reminds me of,
the last kick of the game.
I saw the highlights of France and Gibraltar. And I was watching it. And I watched Belgium and Azerbaijan. And I was just saying that when you are a proper footballing team, right? When you take on someone, there are certain countries within a certain band of the FIFA rankings. South Korea, when you meet them, it's 5, 6.
Have you seen
5?
Have you seen Cristiano Ronaldo missing such games before?
No more. I know for me.
That is why people will say, Ronaldo likes to play against last.
The caliber of team he's facing, he knows that this one the goals overload. We've lost that fear factor. Now we'll play Mauritania, Djibouti, and we'll be scared. We'll be scared that we'll be beaten, even at the Babaya Sports Stadium or Cape Coast. Because that is where we are now. We are at that level. The final thing, and please, anyone who's listening, I'm not saying this is the reason we lost. This is not the reason we lost. But it's a point I need to make. Me, I like wache. Some might say, if you look at me right now, some might say I've eaten a lot of too much wache.
Yeah, probably.
Yes, I like it. But if I knew that, I'm going to play 2 matches, and there's there's dollars at stake if I play well in those matches, I am not going to eat wache. Put apple.
I'm trying to understand where you're going with this.
Watermelon and those
salad
things
in front of me. But I don't have that luxury. Our players, they are on a plane to Comoros. You've just struggled to beat Madagascar. You are going to play Comoros. Of course, there are a few days, but you have training. I saw them eat on a plane. Nutrition is not just for club football. When you come to your national team, you respect your national team.
In Ghana, do we know nutrition?
No, but you see, Gabby, it speaks to
the people at the
It speaks to the fact that It speaks to the fact that we do things poorly. Think about this. Look, we went to a World Cup. We didn't have a team psychologist. Ampim Dakwa went to play a CAF Women's Champions League. They didn't have one. So it just tells us how we think about this game.
You see, Edwin has mentioned a very good point. When you go to watch the Ghana Premier League matches, and I know it's Ghana Premier League, quote unquote, in our world, because
that is our topmost league.
But I believe you around this table, we know the level of the Ghana Premier League.
Exactly.
You see players holding, no disrespect to them, holding bread. Bread and what's the energy drink? I can't mention, but
Bread and energy drink.
And this is before the game.
Gary Kesokins,
before the game.
Sokins, Katie, Kemlik. Charlie. Look, I haven't said everything.
Okay, you let's allow Eddie
Yes.
to finish.
Look, we have to now begin to talk to the players. Truth be told.
So
their commitment level at times.
We bashed everybody. Now
now it's time for the players themselves. Look, it's not by force. If you don't want to play for Ghana, leave out. When they call you, say I'm not ready. Like me, I trust Mo Salisu. He said when he was not ready, he said I'm not ready.
Then when he was ready,
when he came, we all saw it. I trust Abdul Mumin. He said you are not truthful, so I'm not ready. When I'm ready, I will come. If you are not ready to die for Ghana, please don't come. Because the body language of some of our players, no more lackadaisical approach. Nothing worries them when we are losing a football game. I was Stephen Appiah those days when the Black Stars, when we are losing. I remember the game we played there. Was it against Burkina Faso or Congo? I don't know. The one that we had to bring this.
Jotex. Burkina Faso.
Yeah, we were drawing I think they scored first.
Appiah equalized with the penalty.
And we were drawing. We needed to win before we go to South Africa to go and play them in Johannesburg.
Appiah set up the winner.
I was at the stadium that day.
Kumasi.
No. I was at the stadium that day. And if you look at the urgency of Stephen Appiah, John Mensah, John Pencil, Sule Ali Muntari, you could clearly see that, come on, we need to win. Because if we had drawn that game,
disaster.
We needed to position ourselves to go and beat South Africa. The moment we went there, we knew we were going to beat South Africa in Johannesburg. But these current players, when it's about sharing $100,000 to them
and doing other
things, they are with it. Misbehaving in the Blasters Hotel in America, they are condoning such behaviors. But we don't see those things on the pitch when we are. Look at the supporters. Do you know the Ghanaians, the people you are playing with? No, look. We should tell these players in plain language, like we normally say, plain, fully plain, that if they're not ready to play for Ghana, they should leave our team for us. We will put up some local boys and they will go and die.
It's something our senior colleague, Godfrey Akutubo, PhD, he says all the time. He says, listen, we are going to play at AFCON next door.
Next door.
Cote d'Ivoire. We don't want to hear
at all.
We're going to Dubai.
No. For camping.
They will camp here.
Look, if you look at the performance they put up in America, 2 bad games, $10,000, $5,000 per player, you took. Look, in Fita Ishona, against Madagascar and against Comoros, I will do everything practically possible on my part for the people of this country to see that, yes, I'm ready to die for Ghana. What sort of behavior is this? What sort of players are these? If they're not ready to play, kick them out. Kick them out. I wish this was the era of the late Uncle Ben Kofi Nko. He would have walked straight to the camp there and speak to them in a manner they've never been spoken to before. Get them to understand that if you don't want to play, come on, get out. That is why he could bring about the 5-year development plan against all the odds and say, we will do it. Those of you who are not in favor of it, leave. What is this?
All right. There's a lot of heat in the studio. Let's go through some of the messages. Show is Sports Panorama brought to you by Bell Puka and Game Park Games. Pa Willie in Tesh, he says, let's face it, this team is not good enough. They are just overhyped average players. How many of our players will make it into the Senegalese, Algerian, Moroccan, and even Nigerian team? If you don't score goals, you don't win. We have a striker in the name of Jordan who's only interested in taking corner kicks. A striker who should be on the receiving end of set pieces. So anyway, Emmanuel Dewona Okla, he says, technically, I don't think Chris Hughton has studied the profile of our players, which will enable him place them well. That is extremely true. Chris, that I also get that feeling.
No, but that is very poor on his part.
Yeah, he hasn't profiled them well. Because if you are looking for a number 10, if Kudus has a bit of a back injury, you don't play Andrea. I mean, this one says, how can Ashimero be on the bench? Why did they start a game? It's a mini Sani Krane. This one says, truth be told, We don't lack talent, even though it's been difficult to replace SCN, Baby Jet, and co. This team is poorly coached. The manager and his technical team are just blank. The earlier we sack that manager in this team, the better. Says, forget the AFCON. This one is from Ayuba Halilu from Panorama. Says the appointment of Chris Hughton was even a mistake. Was he not part of the Black Stars technical team at the World Cup?
Of them all were part.
John Intema says our coach doesn't even know what he's doing. He doesn't know his first 11. This one says if it's all about experience, Roy Keane should still be playing for Manchester United.
It's as simple as that, no more. It's as simple as that.
This one says I sent a message sometime back to your show saying local players should be called to play for the Black Stars. After all, they are all going to lose their matches anyway. Here we are, okay? Says God willing, Arsenal is beating Brentford tomorrow. All right. This one says the thing is that they should dissolve the management team and coaching staff because boys want to go to USA.
No more. I'm going to why.
Need Tojo from Tema Newtown. The Black Stars technical team seems to be bankrupt. What a shame. Explicit from Kaswa says, hey, Kwesi Black Stars. Chris Hughton has made my night. The one who will not die, his head will go off. Farouk Headliner says the Black Stars is a reflection of the ailing economy of the country. No direction. If you can't beat, come on, who else? As for the FIFA president, that messy comment he made last year shows he isn't fit to lead. All right. Kwame Humble Son from Ashaiman says we love how the Black Stars are faring because the GFA president said some of us in the football fraternity are his enemies. Okay. Kwabena Kolia from Korea says, as for Ghana, not. Come to Korea and see infrastructure. Even high school pitches are better. So sad for Ghana. This one says, Alavi Isaac, Community 16, Lashibi says, I was overjoyed when I heard you were coming to Community 18. This time around, you guys are coming home. Welcome in advance. My friends and I will be there. This one says, Coach Christopher Nim's prayer day, a Grammy Award contender. It says, Coach, see you tomorrow.
Definitely. God willing, you will be there.
All right. This one says, finally, you guys are coming to my hood. I can't miss this show. I'm repping Giddy Giddy. As for Black Stars, they should keep disappointing us until Kurt stops interfering with player call-ups. We are not going anywhere. And Xylix Dwayne says, belated happy birthday, Nathan. Thank you. However, Liverpool will win. Bernard, also known as Achedia, says, I'm enjoying the show live in North Kanishi. Shout outs to Hazard Jr. Still listening to Sports Panorama. We'll take a very quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about Maxwell Kunedu and the violent episodes in Ghana football. Then we look ahead to the big one, Manchester City versus Liverpool in the Premier League. We'll be right back.
Ghana, are you ready? Game Park Limited, the newest lottery company in Ghana, introduces another exciting game called Pick 1 from Friday 15th of September 2023. Choose your favorite number from 1 to 36. Stake and get ready for the excitement as we unveil the lucky number. Prepare yourself to unleash even more moolah by staking from 1 Ghana cedi to 350 Ghana cedis and win 26 times your stake on the amazing Pick 1 game. Play by dialing *946# on all networks via our website or download the Game Park app on www.gameparkgames.com. Watch our live draws on Adom TV at 9 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. daily. Game Park. More moolah, more power. This game is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18 years. Play responsibly.
Take a sip and taste the flow. Life it be hard sometimes, but let it go.
Feel the flow for your patio. Bellas to get your feet on the floor.
It's now ice. You feel it burn. You feel it burn. Take a sip of the ice. You feel it burn. You feel it burn.
Bell Ice Lemon, Pineapple, Orange, and Bell Ice Vodka Mix bring premium enjoyment. Grab a Bell Ice available in PET, glass, or can with alcohol levels of 5.5, 8, and 18% and enjoy.
Drink responsibly. Not for sale to persons under 18 years. Not recommended for pregnant women. This advert is FDA approved.
Another quality product from Bell Aqua.
It's Bell Ice.
Bell Ice. Mephilia.
The city is alive on 97.3.
Welcome back. Sports Panorama live on Citi 97.3 FM. Coach Christopher Nimley, Gabby Ofair. My name is Nathan Kwao, sitting in for Benjamin Nketia. Edwin Kwakofi is popping in and out. You are also joining us via the number 0549986996. We hope things will go well for the Black Stars in the AFCON, because if not, we'll have to wait another 2 years. Countries are not joking. Countries are not sleeping. And when you watch the Under-17 World Cup, you see that I have good friends, the Malians and the Senegalese. They are not joking. And Burkina, they are not sleeping. They are not sleeping.
The Black Starlets are not there.
They are not sleeping. Mali, Burkina Faso, Senegal.
The thing is that they are doing so good, splitting teams apart, like playing Spain, Brazil and things.
And when you see what they are doing and you compare to their senior team, you can see the chemistry.
The other thing that is worrying us.
It's not shocking to me that Nigeria actually, like the country that has won a lot of the titles when it comes to the U17. Because clearly something's working for them.
You see, the point is this. Senegal, Mali, and Burkina Faso, they may not win at this level. Yeah. But in 2 years, half these teams we are seeing, you watch where
Senegal has played in the final back-to-back.
Yes.
AFCON final.
Yes. In 2 years, these boys will play under 20. You watch the number of players who graduate. By the time, in 4 years, some of them will be playing national team football.
They will need to beat them to qualify to the under 20. Already, their next under 20 team is secured.
Yeah. So you see, the final bit I'll say is this. When we look at the profile of this Black Stars team, how many of these guys
went through the ranks
and played youth football?
That's true.
Even if they did, how many of them graduated from bottom up? I can mention one, Mohamed Kudus,
Finished.
2017. How many of his teammates are in this team?
None of them.
So sometimes you can do all what you want, but you see, familiarity amongst players is important.
Yeah.
They may not play in the same year group.
Apia was not part of the Montari, Essien, John Pencil, John Mensah group. But because they came to meet him and they had a lot of the guys coming to meet Apia, he was the only person who needed to integrate into them. But John Pencil, Adokwe Papo, John Mensah, Montari,
all of them played under 17.
Derek Boateng,
under 20.
They were all teammates.
So that chemistry is there. Anyway, the other thing that is worrying Ghana football is violence. I said it, that I thought after May 9th, 2001, we would change our ways. But it looks like every year we remind ourselves that we don't want to change our ways. Over the weekend, where was it? Tano?
No. That's
Golden City. Sunyani.
Yeah.
After a draw between Tano Bofakwa and Insocheman, fans got on. Somehow the fans got there. They attacked everybody, and Max Okunedu was caught in the mix, and he was beaten, physically assaulted. He ended up in the hospital. Now, after that, the FA looked into it. The police, and I'm happy the police came in. They've arrested a gentleman. The other one is at large, so they are looking for him. But guys, it's sad.
Nothing will come out of it.
Oh, even this gentleman that has been arrested.
Their team will go and they will get him released. I'm telling you. Because here in Ghana, in the heat of the moment, they will begin to do something as if they are taking action. The less 1 week, 2 weeks, naturally, as the people forget about where they were, then they will just Nicodemously they will release him. Then everything is back to normal. You don't run football like that. Why would I take my wife and my children to go and be part of this? Look at the Sunyani Stadium. How on earth? I'm told that is what happened all the time. Oh. After every game, the supporters just come into the... What?
And BA United, not to cut you, coach. Last year or last 2 years, Nathan, I don't know if you remember this story where a referee from that game was BA United and one other thing. I think Tamale City, So after the game, BA United lost to Tamale City, and the referee was just heading into the tunnel. Then fans
attacked him.
And in his match reports, he stated that some of the people who attacked him came to pull his balls.
Yes,
he stated it in the report.
Killing him. Yes. They wanted to kill him.
I remember.
You begin to squeeze the balls of people. You are killing them.
You see, so that particular ground.
I'm not laughing because
that particular
it's a
ground,
serious issue.
It's and you see, it pains me that so now today is what 24th November 2023. The FA hasn't learnt because this thing is become recurring. Like there are so many examples, there are so many precedents to it.
There's a template.
And you see, there's a thing with this Bofokatano team. I watched them, the play of against 11 Wonders at the Accra Sports Stadium. So they brought their fans here to Accra to support the team. The game was goalless. The referee was taking some calls. They think that it wasn't on their part. And then they began to pelt the players with water bottles. They began to pelt the 11 Wonders players with water bottles. You see that thing? So, I don't know. Should I say it's in their DNA? Because it seems that it's not just the ground. Even if they go outside Sunyani Coronation Park, they'll still misbehave. And we are fed up with this thing that the FA will come and tell us that, okay, stadium has been banned 5 games. They did the same thing to Diana FC last season against Tamale City. When they pelted the Tamale City bus
I remember the
with
bus got
stones
destroyed.
and whatever. They banned in Anajima Bedu Park 5 games. Adriana goes back. Karela goes to play a game there, and urine is poured on head coach side with Brian Tanko. This same Adriana starts.
What sort of
players
behavior is this?
So easy. What has been done? And like coach is saying, me when I saw that the police has arrested, he said they've arrested one person. His name was Gas One.
One person.
I was thinking
if you look at the stature of Max Ekunedu, it was about just that
one.
Max about Gilles.
I was thinking that okay, fair enough.
How can you just arrest one person?
For the very first time, and I stand to be corrected, this is the first time I'm saying this, that the Ghana police will come out and tell us that one of the attackers or the perpetrators have been arrested. Because we've never seen it. We've said it on several shows, TV, radio, that these people need to be arrested. It should be treated as a criminal.
It's not a football thing.
Like, don't come and tell me that, okay,
you
stadium
cannot
banned.
beat somebody's husband or somebody's father and go
stadium
scot-free.
banned. Look at the people who went to rip the seat of the Dr. Kwame Chase Sports.
You know,
look at how many.
You know the man who beat Sedu during the Madagascar. He still beat somebody again.
He's still misbehaving.
He beat another journalist in Kumasi.
Oh, really? What I heard was that he stopped J-Bad. J-Bad.
I heard that one.
In stopping him, there were physical assault.
And you see, all these people are just left. Like, who is...
Charlie Ghana Pane. Hey.
So is it... Look, Nathan,
violence in our game will just not stop. Not because of anything, but because the FA doesn't see it necessary to put in proper security measures to ensure that such things never happen. Look, if we have to narrow or reduce the playing venues to secure the life of people, let's do it. If we can say Babayara, Accra Sports Stadium,
Cape Coast,
maybe Tamale, Takrade is in good shape.
Let's
begin to do something. It must be a radical approach. If you start massaging the truth, you are just waiting for that very huge explosion to take place. Look, I know Max Ekunedu personally.
Oh, yeah, I know him really well.
I know his wife. I know his children. And if you look at what the woman went through, when some of us tried to reach her to find out, because you couldn't talk to Maxwell directly.
Yeah.
You found out from her.
You spoke to the official.
She's here.
She's
here in Accra. Her husband is somewhere working. And she will just be there and say that, look, your husband, my husband has been admitted at the hospital. For what crime? He went to coach his team.
He was absolutely...
People just come and then begin to beat him up as if he's a thief.
This is what
sort of behavior is this?
This is what someone told me. The person wants to remain anonymous. So prior to the game, it's a Bruno derby. So that's BA before Kwatano taking on in Swartman. And you look at before Kwatano this season, they've won every game at home. They've beaten Hearts of Oak. They've beaten every team that has come there to play. Apparently, they spoke to Nswachuman to allow themselves to be beaten. And quote unquote, this is what? Match fixing.
Yes.
This is match fixing.
Yes. It's match manipulation.
And Kunedu and his team refuse to do that.
Of course, he's a top.
Why should we allow ourselves
in the league to
so
get
that you
beat?
guys will beat us?
Those are the allegations.
They
are allegations.
That's what I'm saying. The person says he wants to remain on, but he told me this for sure, that this is what Bofokatana wanted. Because look, does it make sense that a game ends 1-1, and then you go and attack the head coach? What, like, does it make sense, Nathan? Just ask yourself this question. And when I spoke to the PRO, Joe Jempe, and he was narrating the thing to me that they attacked the coach because Bofokatana say that they don't understand why Maxwell has come here to come and pick 1 point.
Why? Now football draw.
That's what I'm saying. Maxwell too is from that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So does it make sense that an opponent will come to your ground and come and pick up a point? So you don't understand. So you go and attack him.
I see.
You see this thing. So look, like Coach is saying, it doesn't put our league in a very good space. It doesn't speak well.
Yeah, it puts off.
The league is even struggling to generate people or to generate good numbers at their various venues.
I will not go and watch this.
And this story over the week or last week is gone all over. The internet doesn't forget. It would be there, and it doesn't sell good for the league.
When you say you're going to watch me, when I say my wife will tell me, where are you going? Please stay home. When the women start making such comments, I'll just sit home and enjoy myself.
Okay. Let's go to some comments from YouTube. Edward Ofair says, this AFCON might be another heartbreak for us. This one, Talksport GA says, the team lacks a cultural identity. A cultural identity that comes from players who have played together from U17, U18. Coftown Babe says, every country has players who are proud to represent their country. They are committed. It's only Ghana that players think that when they are called to play, they are doing us a favor. What a shame. Supreme Quad says the local boys proved they aren't up to the task in the CHAN tournament. They are not the solution.
No, nobody's saying all local players.
No.
Put some of them in there. Zukaye, put some of them in there.
Taking them en masse is also taking.
But coach, we saw local players at the CHAN.
That's what I'm saying.
We saw local.
They were all local.
It was Madagascar beating us and Niger.
See, when we took the likes of Haminu Dramani and Co, he had somebody like Stevie Appiah guiding him. Okay, when we took the Kotoko centre back, Shila Iliasu, what was he playing with? Alongside John Mensah. Yenise, Oba, Sroho, I was told that they divided the job.
Fasona
from and I'm sure mepem eba for mecha. Dean Omubo complete. So we can do something like that. Blend them. Put about 2-3 local boys in there. Get the guys playing professional football to engulf them. And say the guidance, proper commitment.
Yeah. The Fasona Mefa something reminds me of the combo Ajman Dia and
Stephen Tete.
Isaac Owusu Ninja.
And Isaac Owusu Ninja.
You know, Ninja played for Kotoko and Ajman Dia played for Haas. But when they played for the national team, they had this lovely tag team called Fasona Mefa. So Ajman Dia would be doing the damage in the air, and Ninja would be finishing players on the ground.
Ajma, Sroni, from a bad
wicked defender, Fasona Mefa. Anyway, let me read one last comment. Emmanuel J. Boache says the FA is a disgrace. The players they bring know their performance won't hurt their selection, so they don't care. Just quickly before
quick one on the fan violence. Deduct points. Stadium bans won't do anything. Stadium bans won't do anything. Fines won't do anything. And I was listening to Fred Champon on Eyewitness News. He was saying that the GFA has statutes, the ban.
Take points from there.
Take points. Once the clubs feel it, they will know that we need to keep our fans in check.
Because they know all those people who do.
Yes, they know. They know.
Oh, what?
Stadium. The people who are doing, the hooligans who are doing this, they don't care. It's not the match that they came. They came for violence. Take points away from the club. Let them feel it. Let them get closer to the relegation. Every time something happens, 5 points.
Hey! Then by the time the season, and some people will be negative.
But I mean,
The club will know.
On top
The
of
club
that.
will know that no, this is affecting us. Let us put something in place. Proper security measures. We know the people. Let us keep them away. Let us report them to the police so that they do something about it.
I see.
That's all I wanted to say.
Look, if I have my way,
Interesting.
If I was the president of Ghana, you know what I would do? I would have interfered with football for FIFA to come in. I would dissolve and dismantle everybody who is selfishly thinking of himself for FIFA to come and ban us for 2 years, restructure the whole system again, and then we take off. I'm telling you honestly.
Oh man! But this weekend is a big weekend in the Premier. No, before we even get into the Premier League, it is a big weekend too because Mediama Sporting Club. They are representing all of us. They are representing all of us.
They are going to the Lions.
They
are going to a Lions.
First CAF Champions League game, and it is against a Lion.
Look. This is what I want to say. They should just go and enjoy themselves.
That's it.
Because look, Nathan, Mediama won't beat Al-Ahly at the Al Salam Stadium, and even here in Accra.
It will be difficult.
It will be difficult.
They are going to come
I just checked Sierra Belouizdad and Young Africans. Belouizdad beat Young Africans 1-0.
1-0.
Look, I think they are in a very
tough.
difficult
It's
group.
wicked.
They should just go and enjoy themselves. Enjoying yourself doesn't mean you should go and take 6 like Hasselhoff.
Yes, of course.
No, you should take what?
You need to
should
go
come
and
out-
fight.
Be decent.
Fight
in terms of
hard.
the goals you want to concede. I've listened
Fight
to their
hard.
head coach, and you can see he speaks very confidently. But you can say all this at the presser. On the pitch, it's a different story.
They'll be playing the game too at a very strange.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look,
It's at night.
Al-Ahly last season. Last season.
I bet
you when it's so quickly.
Last season they won all their home games though. It was only Sundowns that got a point over there.
Yeah.
So it tells you the kind of side
And
they are.
Sundowns.
Virtually all the players of Al-Ahly are international players. They play for their national teams. The likes of Pesitao and those people. It's not going to be easy. So please, who's the coach of Mediama? Ivan Augustine
Adutu.
Very experienced manager. Go in there.
Yeah,
have
he
a
mentioned it
proper-
today.
see,
He mentioned it
have
today.
a proper game plan, not to get beat excessively. It's
Because
football.
it's tough. It's difficult already.
It will be shocking to me if they don't respect where they are going. These are the owners of the competition.
I like the name, the owners.
The owners of the competition. So you have to go there and respect that as a fact.
All right.
And then you consciously, and then very smartly play your cards. Would you be 1-0, be 2-0, be now, yes, 7, 8, 9.
Because right now they're 6 no. They has a folk in hand, record holders. So don't go and break it. Leave it like that. It should be there forever.
Is the game tomorrow or Sunday?
No, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Dreams is Sunday.
Tomorrow at 7.
So we'll watch it. They will show it.
Piece of advice to Mediama: show Al-Ahly respect, not fear.
Yeah, don't be
That
afraid.
respect them, but don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid.
I see. All right. Anyway, just a quick correction. So I got some lovely input concerning the Ajimandua. So the Ajimandua combo was rather with Opelia Boaji when they were at Okoro United, the Fasonamifa form combo. And then the Fasonamifa form originated from a game they played against Asante Kotoko. Right? So Ajimandua and Opelia Boaji were a centre back, and then they did the number on Asante Kotoko. So this is people who know Ghana football. Somebody who knows Ghana, we are sense with this. But tomorrow is a big one. It's Pep Guardiola versus Jurgen Klopp again. What a way for the international break to return. Chris, the two managers have spoken about, and when you listen to them speak, you can tell that
the mutual respect between
they know the value of this game. Pep Guardiola talks about, he says, and I like that he says we are playing our rival. So he respects Liverpool as their rival.
Yeah.
He respects them. And Liverpool talks about.
It's true. For the 4th time in the Premier League era, they get to face each other, where you have one side either topping and the other on second. So it's clear. 4 times in a row. Nobody's done.
If this game was played last season, I'll be worried for Liverpool because they had issues in midfield. Those issues, I think, they have solved in terms of proper energy, proper ability to get involved in the physical battle, and then calmness. And McAllister and Soboslai and
Grafenberg. I don't know whether he'll play, but yeah.
And then you see those guys physically can stand up to Rodri and Co. But everybody has a role to play. in tomorrow's game on the two teams. We all know what City will want to do. I think Liverpool will have to lure City. Because those days, in the days of Bobby Firmino, Sadio Mane and Salah, they will lure them, then they'll catch them on the break. And when they decide to trigger the press too, it is properly coordinated. And they are able to prevent City from passing through the press. And then they have a one on them. It is at the Etihad. So you want to give City that slight advantage.
Just based on that, let me ask you this. 2 weeks ago, when we watched Chelsea and Man City, of course, in the heat of the moment, yes, but I watched the game again. And I noticed that Chelsea created chaos.
That's right.
Man City fed off the chaos to lead.
That's right.
Pep wanted to calm things down, but Pochettino kept dragging
Making
him
it
back
ugly. Yeah,
into,
exactly.
and you can tell he didn't like that idea at all.
Exactly.
So is that what Klopp should do? Try and create
Yes, he has to do that. He
So
really
the game
has
has to
because
travel.
When the game is that stretch, I think the Man City players don't like it that way. They like to control it and play to their tempo. But if you've studied Jurgen Klopp, he would prefer the chaotic sort of high entropy sort of situation where there's confusion everywhere. There he believes that over the years, his teams have proven to be the much fitter.
Yeah.
Covering lots of distance and working tirelessly to get the result. Of course, I don't know the situation of Erling Haaland, whether he's been passed to play.
trained last
Train.
night.
But if I was if I was Van Dijk and Co and Konate, I'll kick him quick at the beginning of the game. I'll kick him. So that
Why you want to test?
No, you have to test him. He's part of the team. He's part of the coach, you know. When somebody is that stubborn and he's coming just returned from an injury situation, you know where you want to test him. And Connie Dodom.
Reminds me of Eric Bailly on Jordan Ayew.
Yes,
in the AFCON 2015. He kicked Jordan once.
He
That
never
was the
showed
end.
up. He never showed up again. And Cote d'Ivoire they were very cool. So that has to be done. But look, it is so difficult to call. Although Man City slight advantage because they are at the Etihad. I don't remember the last time Liverpool went there and beat them. But at the end of the day, I hope it doesn't come down to individual errors. My worry with Liverpool is that they also don't know how to defend well. I think Jurgen Klopp will have to play with a proper number 6.
But who does he
That
have?
cannot be. I think he
Endo, because
he
a lot of
should
people
trust
say
that boy.
Endo physically is not up to the standard.
It's about the boy is not very big, but look at Bernardo Silva. He's not physical, he's smart. Endo does that. He makes it look so simple. And when you are playing against a very formidable position,
Endo, not McAllister.
Yeah, McAllister. You see, I will play McAllister and Soboslai and put Endo behind them because the two guys have got good work rate, and with the calmness of Endo, he can help them win back the ball and then transit. Please start with Darwin Núñez.
I see.
It has to be Darwin Núñez, Mohamed Salah, and the boy from Colombia.
Luis Diaz. Okay. So Jota off the bench.
Jota,
Gakpo.
They should all go to the bench because it's about space. When is it, if Luis Diaz is there, Walker will think. Whoever is on the left hand side of the Man City defense, Salah will make him think. And in Darwin Núñez, physically, he will match up to the two centre backs in Kanji and then the other guy. And then he can outpace them. I believe 1v1 he will outpace them. And it's about playing the ball into space on the part of Man City will have to tease. Then they go bam through the space. But Liverpool 1-2, let the space go. And you need to have runners, proper runners, so players who can run off the ball and create spaces. Look, it's going to be very, very difficult for the two teams. The people at the Community 18.
Yes.
Please come.
Blackberry Lounge.
We are coming. It is a 12:30 kickoff.
Charlie, what?
So we'll be there by 10. I don't know.
10,
By
11,
10, 11, we should be there, ready to roll. And there's not only that game, there's the Chelsea Newcastle one. Arsenal Brentford. Chelsea
Arsenal.
Then Chelsea. So we are virtually spending the whole day there. No more come and improve the environment. You see, you have to improve the environment. Right now, go and look at the environment. It's dull. There's nothing light.
But
tomorrow we want to see it light.
Repeat that line again.
The environment is dull.
No, they improve.
You have to come and improve the environment. You want to see stars. Mlangi saka me pele. Yeah, can you buy one be want to see the BFF index, the body, face, and form clearly show to beautify the place. When we are talking football, they will talk well.
Yeah. Edwin, just quickly before we head out.
If your team is playing tomorrow, bring money so that you can buy food and drinks in case things don't go well.
You can eat your sorrows away.
And drink your sorrows away.
Anyway, on Sunday, Man United are going to Everton. They're now angry Everton, whose points have been taken away.
Who play for Man United? Who play for
I'll be in there. But everybody's in.
Because everybody there too.
All right, guys.
Messi Mount, the latest.
Challenge some way. Anyway, guys, quick shout outs. We are far behind time. I think we've kind of eaten into
big one to my guy, Dominic Feinan, aka Gucci Mane.
Hey,
Gucci Mane. And then another one to Edinum.
Okay.
Asa.
Hey.
Yo.
Look,
yo.
Is it the freshest couple in town?
Oh.
Mr. and Mrs. Cranton.
Look, last week I couldn't. Like on Saturday, I couldn't be at the wedding.
Yeah.
Cranton, like I said, my apologies. But to Mr. and Mrs. Cranton.
Yeah. Now he's Mr. Cranton.
To Mr. Cranton, God bless you, my brother. No more job. I owe you, madam. I owe you. Don't worry. The consignment is delivered. Don't worry at all. And then yesterday to my very two blow boys, my boss, and then the baby jet. No more.
It was 2 days ago, actually.
It was 2 days ago, and I called you on the day,
you called me on
and look, God bless you.
Thank you,
young man.
Thank you. Amen.
Where you've gotten to, the people haven't seen anything yet.
Amen.
The blessings of God upon your life will go beyond the imaginations of man.
Amen.
You are favored.
Amen.
Your wife is blessed.
Amen.
Your home is blessed.
Amen.
Everything about you is blessed.
Amen. Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you too.
To the baby jet.
To the baby jet. Oh,
you know what?
Senior.
Job. Akaka bi ele kumo. Ka won no bepe. Ka wotishi. He no ka wo share. Wo ka won daboshi. You wa job. You ba ni oche. Afia bo. Yaka ehwe fi o black star den che. Wo den che oba boteni. Ona tete management members Asamaja is not part. Dissolve them and get baby jet to do that work alone all by himself. When he's standing in front of Semenyo, what is it that Semenyo is doing that he cannot learn? Even Naki Williams, when he sees the baby jet, but now they should have invited him to come and see the baby jet. And now they know
now Jan should be around the team.
Jan should be around the team. The topmost goal scorer in our history. Where is he? Pesam Kunya, Kenimi selfishness. No more. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you so much.
I second everything Coach says. Shout outs to our YouTube viewers supporting us every single week. And shout outs to everyone who shows up tomorrow at Blackberry.
Yes.
Let's have a good time.
All right. We'll meet everybody there. Thank you so much. My name is Nathan Kwa. I sat in for Benjamin in Citi Sports Panorama. Today we've taken more time. But show brought to you by Game Park Games and Bell Poker. We'll catch you tomorrow at the Road Show, Blackberry Lounge Committee 18. Have a great evening and we'll see you then. Coming up next is the Premier League preview show just to get you in the mood for some Premier